My name is Hazel. I'm a mother to Taylor, an 8-year-old boy with uncontrolled epilepsy. I don't like public speaking, as you can probably hear. I would never usually choose to do so, but at the moment I don't feel like I have a choice. I have to speak up on behalf of my son and the rest of my family. Taylor has epilepsy as a result of a botched birth involving a suction cap delivery. This caused a bleed on his brain, which caused hydrocephalus, which meant he had his first brain surgery at 4 months old to insert a shunt. At 13 months, the shunt got infected, which led to meningitis and ventriculitis, which caused a lot of damage. After 4 months in hospital and so many brain surgeries that I actually lost count, we took him home. He was basically a newborn again. His current labels are hydrocephalus, cerebral palsy, cortical vision impairment, intellectual impairment and epilepsy. The other labels we can deal with, but epilepsy is the killer. It's so fickle, ever-changing. Just when you think you have a handle on it, it changes again. It affects every part of family life, where you can go, what you can do, when you can do it. My husband and I have separate holidays as we're too scared to travel with our boy. We have had to deal with a seizure on the highway, which is no fun, and I would hate to have to deal with one in mid-air. Our son has been sleeping with us or near us for the last 3 years. Waking up to seeing him on the monitor having a seizure, covered in sweat and vomit and having no idea how long it had been going for is not something you ever forget or want to see again. But it's not only the actual seizures, it's the anxiety of waiting and watching for one, it's the side effects of the medication, it's behavioural challenges, it's the paperwork for everything. It's the planning, it's the communicating with everyone that has anything to do with him. It's the doctor's appointments, it's the record keeping, it's the constant thinking about what is the next step for him and our family. It is exhausting. And then there are the meds. Taylor has tried 9 different anti-epileptic drugs, including the 2 he's currently on. It is a fact that once someone has tried 3 drugs, and they haven't worked, they are said to have uncontrolled or refractory epilepsy, which means they are unlikely to become seizure-free with the conventional drugs currently legally available. The latest twist that epilepsy has thrown at us is his recent diagnosis of ESES, electrical status epilepticus of sleep, which means he is having continuous brain activity or seizures when he is asleep. Thus far, the treatment has been to increase 2 of his meds to an adult plus dose, he's 8 years old, weaning one of his meds and trying to introduce another med. So far, the 3rd med has produced unwanted behavioural side effects that we just don't want to deal with. We're sick of the meds changing our boy into someone he is not. The next step the doctor wants us to take is to introduce a steroid to his treatment plan. I've never heard a good report from any other family about using steroids. The common theme that I hear is it's the worst thing we ever did. I just don't want to do it. I want to be able to access medical cannabis for my son. I want to be able to do so without fear of prosecution. I want to be able to grow my own plants so that I know exactly what strain I am using to make my son's medicine. I want to be able to prepare my own oil so that I know exactly what ingredients are in the oil that I give my son. It also means that I am assured of a continual supply, as this is also a big fear. What if the oil works, but then you can't get it anymore? All of this may be a fantasy, but if you don't ask, you don't get. This is what I want the Queensland Government to do for us. Firstly, follow the lead of New South Wales, as all the Queensland pollies are telling us they're so happy to do, and formally give Queensland Police discretionary powers when dealing with medical users of cannabis and their carers. In the words of New South Wales Premier Mike Baird, by doing this, we hope to lighten the burden of stress for sufferers and their carers. Secondly, I want a compassionate law passed immediately at the first sitting of Parliament after the state election to allow those with valid medical conditions to produce and consume medical cannabis products. Thirdly, I want existing legislation amended to allow for the production and consumption of medical cannabis for all sick and dying Queenslanders. How do we achieve this? Who can help us? Please come forward and share your expertise. Together we can make it happen. I have to make this happen for my boy and my family. Thank you.